Hi guys, this video is going to be for my Sun, Moon, Rising Scorpios for the month of August for your astrology monthly predictions, what you guys can expect to potentially experience, be feeling, or manifest. So basically what you guys are looking at is the current energy you'll be feeling walking into the month of August, and we're going to update these as we get to them, okay? So August 2nd, Venus and Leo in your what's this? Oh, sorry, 10th house, sorry, is squaring Uranus in Taurus in your 7th house, sorry. So to me, no matter where Venus or Uranus is, when Venus is squaring Uranus, this is telling me that something unexpectedly happens with money. Or an argument with somebody you guys are romantically seeing. So I feel like if it is money, how this would happen is, oh, I thought I just clicked turn off. Oh my God, I was so upset. I feel like how this would happen is you guys would get an invoice in the mail and it would be unexpected. Like maybe it's a bill that you thought you already paid, but you didn't. Or you guys go shopping because Venus is in Leo. So it gives me like Venus and fire energy, which is very passionate. And it's, oh, I can't think of the word right now, but it moves very quickly based off of how it's feeling. So therefore, it's like if you guys are seeing things, items, materialistic things that really like capture your eye, that you feel is beautiful or something that would enhance your own beauty, you would be quick to buy it and then like maybe realize later on you shouldn't have spent so much money. Especially since Uranus is in Taurus. I know you guys have this in your 7th house, but traditionally this belongs in the 2nd house, which talks about your money, the things you guys value and the things you guys own. But since it is in your 7th house, I do believe that something would be going on, like there would be some type of disruption based off of what you're doing or like how you're expressing yourself or like showing things off publicly. And it would disrupt your like private life, your relationship. So I do think there is some type of expression going on when it comes to like potentially showing off what it is you're spending money on, or what it is you're valuing at this time. And you want to be seen for this, whatever it is. You either want to show to the world what it is you value, what's close to your heart, what you feel passionate about, or if you guys got like a bump in pay at work because Leo rules your 10th house and the sun is there. So you guys are being seen and recognized this month during Leo season, I feel like in your 10th house of legacy, career, and just how you appear in general. But it's creating some type of ripple effect for you guys when it comes to your relationships that speak of either legal contracts or commitment, because you guys have Aquarius in your 4th house. So there's some type of disruption here. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. Is there anything else I want to add on? Where's Libra? The 12th house, South Node. Yes, okay, I don't want to speak of that just yet. So August 4th, Venus enters Virgo. So Venus is leaving Leo and it's entering Virgo in your 11th house. I think there's going to be an emphasis on money for some of you because the 11th house can connect with how you guys make your money, who you gain money from. It also talks about your deepest dreams and desires. So I was going to avoid going there, but I see it's connected, so I'm just going to go there. Venus rules Libra and Venus rules Taurus. You guys have Libra in your 12th house and you guys have Taurus in your 7th house. So there's something about trying to recognize your own, potentially like you're like tapping into your unconsciousness, something you're not fully aware of when it comes to the things you guys value and how you go about these things. So Virgo energy loves to fix things. It has a habit of trying to get things perfect, but perfect doesn't exist, right? Even Virgos, literally Virgos are the epitome of this, where they like their tagline should be do as I say, not as I do. Because that's a typical Virgo energy. you know, when there's a lot of Mercury going on, there's a lot of overthinking, over analyzing, and you're able to see things, like everything, and you may be speaking of it, and your intentions may be good, but it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, it's pretty straight up, and you're trying to get somebody to do better in their life. And this consists of your group of friends or social networking, something to do with your money situation, with work, what you guys do for a living. It could have to do with your group of friends and connecting to romance. But regardless, it's like this is where your pain comes from. You guys may want certain things to be done your way, Aries energy, especially with that North Node in Aries in your 6th house. You guys are either trying to strive to become a boss, a leader when it comes to how you make your money, making your money in the way that you guys want, like making your dreams come true. Pisces energy in the 5th house. With Neptune being in retrograde and Saturn here, you guys are literally trying to manifest something physically happening. And it's like leaving your mind and happening in the physical realm. But it's like in order for all of this to happen, so if it's connected to romance, it's like you need to leave something in the past. You need to leave something behind when it comes to like checks and balances, when it comes to relationships and what makes a relationship good for you. You guys have your 7th house in Taurus, so this is a fixed energy. It's pretty stubborn, okay? So like it likes to hold on to what it knows. It likes to hold on to what it's already invested into. So you guys may have an old belief in regards to how relationships should be. There should be, like, you guys should be recognizing something like this in your internal world, whether you're sharing it or not. You may be, and if you are communicating this out loud, it would be with people you know, like your friends, maybe cousins, siblings, aunts, uncles, but I'm getting more of friends because of Mercury ruling Virgo and being in the 11th house, which speaks of groups of friends. And Aquarius is already in your 4th house to begin with, so it's like your friends are your family. And I feel that with Mars being in your 8th house, you guys are extremely driven right now to learn, to expand upon, I'm going to say 2 things. Definitely expand upon your emotions, like why you guys feel the way you do, and it connects back to home. Why you guys have certain belief systems that you do regarding relationships, and also what do you got, like really learning what it is that you value, and it may not be exactly what you thought it was. So yeah, you guys may be extra critical about friends, romantic partners, people at work, and how you guys make your money and who you make your money from. But I feel like with Chiron being here in Aries in the 6th house, and Mars, the ruler of Aries, being in that 8th house in Gemini, it's like it creates arguments instead. And so I feel like what you're being asked here is to, yeah, definitely do things your own way when it comes to what works for you with your health, how you take care of yourself, as well as, you know, what it is you want to do for a living. But at the same time, compromise. That's what Libra energy to me is, because it traditionally rules the 7th house, which rules committed relationships. Committed relationships only really make it when 2 people are meeting each other halfway. It needs to be give and take, and not just take, or give, right? So yeah. Let's see. Mercury then goes retrograde in Virgo. Wait, did I cover everything with Venus here? Hold on. Venus rules your 12th house and your 7th house. So yeah, there would be more of a focus on either business partnerships or relationships at this time. And it connects back to home and transforming something, changing something. Okay, I'm done. August 4th, Mercury goes retrograde in Virgo. So you guys are going back to an old idea. You guys are going back to old thoughts, and I can't help but think it has something to do about the past regarding how you guys grew up or things that go on at home. The reason I'm saying this is because Aquarius traditionally rules that 11th house, And right now, it's like your mind and your thoughts are on, yeah, I mean, it's going to be Virgo. It's going to be super analytical, judgmental, seeing everybody's flaws and like believing you have the solutions to fix them. And to be honest with you, you guys may, but you should be working on yourselves at this time with that South Node in the 12th house, really tapping into something you're not quite aware of about yourself. This is also what's changing right now with Pluto in your 4th house of privacy and home. And especially in your 8th house, in your inner world and with privacy, you're basically asked to learn things and then move on from them. That's the difference. And I feel like this is hard for you guys because you're Scorpios and you love to hold on to shit. Oh man, if you guys could marry, if you guys could marry holding on to shit, you would, even if it means you hurt yourselves. Oh my God, you guys are, oh, something else. So the original ruler of Scorpio is Mars, and the 8th house truly belongs to you guys. This is like your house, and it's in Gemini. So there can be a lot of scattered thoughts, a lot of difficulty with focusing on one thing at a time. The objective may be to do multiple things at one time, to get multiple things done. But really it's kind of wasting your energy because it's hard to be at multiple places at one time. Unless you have evolved Gemini energy, then you can multitask. But honestly, it's hard to do it with just like one person. Like being one person is my point. So I feel like meditation is required here with Jupiter being in your 8th house. There's something spiritual that is being asked of you while it's transiting in your 8th house. It's to release your thoughts in your mind. So I think, where's Sagittarius again? I should know this. The 2nd house. So yeah, I think for some of you, your thoughts, your communication is definitely going to be talking about the past and how you can do better with definitely increasing money and possibly like linking up with other people in order to do so. Aquarius, coming into your power by, you know, partnering up with either powerful people that you guys consider to be your friends, or in romance. Like it would be the same storyline, but just apply it to romance. So I think you guys are having conversations possibly with people from the past during this time. It could be happening on the internet. It could be communicating with people that have given you money before, or people like your old bosses, or if you guys are an entrepreneur, then it's like your old customers could be hitting you guys up. What else? I just see this as, like, they say Venus and Virgo is in detriment. Nothing is in detriment, in my opinion. Everything is intentional, and it gets you where you're supposed to go. I get the whole idea of like being in detriment, but I think Venus and Virgo is like you're able to see something that needs some type of work. And when Mercury goes retrograde, things slow down and you're able to re-strategize something. So, and because Juno is in Virgo as well, I do believe for some of you, it's going to be talking about relationships and probably breaking this fixed energy about like the idea you guys have of relationships. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to add to that. Yeah. Okay. What else? Oh my God, it's so hot. August 4th, new moon in Leo. So there's a new moon in your 10th house. This is going to manifest, in my opinion, either how you guys appear to others, like how are you shining? How are you expressing yourself? When I think of Leo energy, I think of that person who is talking about everything they've achieved. Like it's an achievement energy. It's a confident energy. I can't imagine being somebody who isn't at least self-aware that they're talking about themselves. Like anytime I do it, at least I'm aware, you know? And however other people perceive that is like their own issue. Like I don't give a shit. But if you lack in perception, then you can't really do better in life, right? Or you can't work on yourself or transform yourself. So I think with this new moon, there's something happening with your confidence and self-expression. The reason I say this is because the sun is the ruler of Leo and it's already where it belongs, which is home. But at the same time, it's in the 10th house. Traditionally, this belongs to Capricorn, right? What does Capricorn energy do? Oh, Kylo, you better shut it. You better lock it down. Yeah. Sorry, guys. So I feel like with Saturn, when it's talking to the sun, it's like killing vibes. Like it is killing. It depends how it plays out. Like it's either like you're very determined to be successful and win and you will be seen as this, that, and the next. Like it's all status, right? But when it comes to childlike energy, it's like the father wants to stop the child in its tracks and be like, what are you doing? Stop talking this way. Stop expressing yourself this way. I don't care if this is true to your heart. I don't care what your feelings are. You don't want to be seen this way. Stop it. So, Kylo, so since you guys have Pisces in your 5th house, Saturn's there, right? Saturn is the original ruler. I'm sorry, the ruler of Capricorn. And you have it in your 3rd house, which is currently like being worked on when it comes to healing your throat chakra or learning things. And I do believe that there's something going on with your thoughts at this time and self-expression, especially with Chiron in retrograde being in the 6th house in Aries. It's like there may be a lack in self-confidence that you guys are revisiting. And this is also like inner child wounds. And it's like it would be healing for you guys to work on this at this time and not restrict yourselves. And obviously, like, apply common sense. If you want to say stupid shit, like, that literally is dumb, like, don't express that. I'm just saying, like, express yourself in a Leo-like way. If you guys have achieved something, talk about it, share it. What does that make you? Needy? Does that make you, oh, you need attention? Like, everybody loves to judge one another, like, the second we post something online. And it's like, wasn't that the point of social media, to be social? What are we all supposed to be, mute? And obviously, like, again, apply common sense. It doesn't mean like we should be knowing or posting super private stuff, but this is a public house. So there's something that you guys feel that you believe is happening for yourselves when it comes to being seen or recognized. And that may very well be the case. It could be you guys have created something. It could be something very artsy and you just want to share it. You guys could be deciding that this is what you want to do for a living, is like artsy, crafty stuff. Because I'm thinking of creativity, especially with Pisces being there. It's a very creative individual. Let alone with Neptune being in retrograde. It's like you're able to bring these thoughts that you create in your mind that are artsy into reality. So something new is happening there. And then again with the sun, I just think of confidence. I think of happiness. I think of joy. And where's Jupiter? Because Jupiter's the original ruler of Pisces. And the only reason I'm going back here is because this is the 5th house. It connects to Leo. So Jupiter, you're trying to expand on this. You're trying to learn possibly more about the things you like, don't like, or learn about why you guys are the way you are about expression with emotions, okay? Yeah, I think that's good for now. Also, this could be a new job for some of you. You guys could be getting a new leadership position or just, you know, getting a certificate, something like that. What else? Let's see. August 7th, Sun in Leo in the 10th house is sextiling Jupiter in Gemini in the 8th. So when I think of the Sun and when I think of Jupiter, I think of loud, confident energy because we have Leo energy and then we have Sagittarius energy. Both of these energies get along really well. They're both a lot of fun, and they're both super passionate, okay? I think of like you guys putting in some type of effort when it comes to like your internal world. It's like affirmations to the self, and it's connected to this new moon energy. Like basically, like gaslighting yourself, I feel like, until you make it. Like fake it till you make it, because Jupiter and Gemini is super confident energy. It's believing in your own thoughts. It's believing in your own ideas, and really thinking you can go super far with them. And I do believe that there's something to that, because Jupiter is an intuitive energy. It's onto something. It definitely is, because it's the original ruler of that 12th house in Pisces. So there's something to be said about this. So I think you guys will really want to verbalize, Gemini, what's going on and your feelings, how you guys feel about yourselves. You guys may want to express this and your achievements and just how you feel about yourself to your friends, your group of people. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to add on to that. No, definitely not. Okay, so August 7th, Mercury in Virgo in your 11th house in retrograde is conjunct Venus in Virgo in your 11th house. So I feel like when Mercury is conjunct Venus, they're both getting along, they're vibing. It's like your thoughts and your communication pattern is sweet. It's like sweet thoughts, nice thoughts, harmonious, diplomatic, speaking in a soft tone to the point where people love your voice. Thinking about relationships and seeing the joy in love. Like that's how I think of it, because Venus is talking about all the things that make you feel good, whether it's money or love or just feeling comfortable. And it's like your thoughts will be on this at that time. But because it's in Virgo, you guys may be more inclined to think about the things that you guys believe need to be fixed, and it would definitely involve things about the past. So again, it's involving either an old idea about work whoa, I need to stop drinking coffee. In order to make more money, or in order to like find love or make a relationship work. It's like romance for you guys, because you have Pisces in the 5th house. You gotta let go, you got to give something up, and you have to compromise on this idea of what love should look like, or what love should be, or like what in your mind would work for you. There's something you guys would be focusing on at this time and really trying to think about it internally. I don't know if, no, I guess you would be sharing it. Yeah, you would be opening up and expressing your private world, I feel like, because Mercury rules Gemini and this is your 8th house. No, it's dying. Okay. And your 11th house is your group of friends, and you have it in Virgo. So it's either a group of friends at work or literally just your group of friends. And yeah, I always think of this as smart people. People that are giving you the advice that I feel like the karmic test here, when you have Virgo in the 11th house and Pisces in the 5th, you have to follow your intuition, and it may go against your group of people, because they're going to want you 3rd house in Capricorn. They want you disciplined. They want you to be a certain kind of way, but you're asked to follow that water energy as the sun, moon, rising Scorpio. That's just my personal opinion. Yeah, I was going to say that, to follow your heart, because it's the 5th house, and traditionally that belongs to Leo. And it's like there's some type of karmic test here with your heart and expressing this publicly, and it's very hard. It's very hard for a sun, moon, rising Scorpio. But you guys have Leo in the 10th house, in a public house. So you guys are meant to shine with something, and it's supposed to be dreamlike. And that's the karma, or the quote unquote karmic lesson, because you guys are Scorpions. Like, you don't want to be, even if you want to be seen, there's difficulty with it. So yeah, I think you guys will be speaking to either people you've already been in a relationship with, or you're just going back to an old idea about relationships and trying to figure out what worked and didn't work before, due to the South Node being in Libra. and what needs to leave, like what isn't working. 12th house energy, when I think of whatever's going on in the 12th house, it's like we're being a prisoner to ourselves and we don't see it, or at some point we do, but it's difficult accepting, or it's difficult seeing, and it takes a very long time to finally get in touch with in order to heal. Okay, Juno enters Libra on August 9th. So Juno is leaving your 11th house and it's entering your 12th house. So Juno is soulmate energy. It's talking about the best energy that would work for you guys at this time as a soulmate. So since 12th house like is talking about introspection, being a loner, it's like your secret house, privacy, okay? It can be looked at as a mental prison as well. And because the South Node speaks of the past, you guys will be thinking about past relationships and what worked and what didn't work. What went missing when it came to romance. And because Saturn's here, it's like this is why it's happening. You guys are asked to like not revisit the same situation again. You're being asked to do something differently. Ceres is currently in Capricorn, so you're being asked to heal something, and it does have something to do with how you guys express yourselves, okay? You're being asked to heal how you express yourselves, or how you guys learn, and to show this. There's something about with Uranus being in your 7th house in Taurus, like I want to say, because with how you guys probably have been experiencing this shitty energy in the 7th house is random breakups, something that you thought was worth, or something you've invested into or you thought would be worth investing into, all of a sudden it becomes like a tower moment. But it's like you're being asked to rise above this and transform your private life in order to change your relationship life. And I know that's pretty straightforward. Like if we do the work, then we'll see results, you know? And it's like if you guys work on yourself, this is also why you guys have Pallas Athena in your 1st house and Scorpio. Pallas Athena talks about a strategy. Pallas Athena is the energy that will bring you where you want to go. What's the objective? I always connect this back to Mercury, because the objective, the strategy, has got to connect to your thoughts, right? And your thoughts are connected back to fixing things, either fixing your relationship, maybe with friends, that could be possible, maybe your relationship with people at work, communicating past things, or things come up from the past that need to be communicated more clearly. But regardless, it's like you don't want to repeat the past, okay? Uranus could be like a eureka moment, and I feel like that's what's going on with your 7th house energy. I'm seeing something here also, sorry, random, with Mars ruling Aries in your 6th house of how you guys heal and take care of yourself. There's something about feeling confident internally with your thoughts and your communication in order to get into this action mode, taking courageous action, making brave moves. All right. August 14th, Mars in Gemini in your 8th house is conjunct Jupiter in Gemini in your 8th house. So this has, this will play out in one of two ways. It'll either be good or bad, just like any of the other transits. Okay, so how this can potentially manifest for you guys. So think of like Aries energy, think of Sagittarius energy. There is a fun energy that goes on between the two. There's almost like a gaslighting one another up with like motivating somebody to make moves in their life. I feel like with their thoughts, like being their big advocate, their cheerleader. with Mars, I'm thinking of motivation through action, inspiration, loyalty, and it's connected to Jupiter, which is talking about expansion. It's knowledge, it's wisdom. It could be looked at as believing in something bigger than yourself. It could be talking about spirituality. It could be talking about a belief system. It could be talking about manifestation practices, magic. It can also be talking about going within, okay? And learning how to do these things by absorbing information from people you know. So I think of this as feeling confident enough, because both energies are super confident, with taking initiative, taking the lead. When it comes to things you guys value. I also get freedom and independence, like freeing yourselves when it comes to whatever this is that connects back to relationships. It's like through wisdom, through learning, through information, and by taking action, you guys can feel really confident, and I think get really good results with this. Like transformative things can happen in your life. Whether it's by taking action when it comes to work and getting more money, or becoming your own boss, an entrepreneur, because when Sagittarius is in the second house, I think of gaining money through freedom-oriented things, not reporting to somebody, or through traveling, or I want to say some type of belief system, something you feel dogmatic about. And the same applies for the things you guys value when it comes to Venus energy in general, because Venus traditionally belongs to the second house. How you make your money, but also what do you value in life? Like that would connect more on a spiritual level. You guys are asked to pretty much step away from material things at this time and expand upon the spiritual realm, which will then manifest into your physical reality. But it talks about like expanding your mind and learning new things in order to do so. And it's like you would be learning things from people either on the internet or people closest to you through your friends. And it would be very healing. It's like these things, this information you would be gaining during this time would be healing you guys. It would also be healing the body, I feel like. And you may be thinking, what the hell do you mean by that? Because it's like if you were to become happy or happier, then that takes stress away, right? So therefore, it's like if you guys have been feeling like 10 of Wands energy, a lot of weight, weight of the world on your back, something like this, it's like it would be taking some type of stress off at this time. All right, what else? Also, I have to say it. This gives you the potential. So if you guys are arguing with people behind your back, or arguing with friends, this gives the energy of being able to overconquer this, by being mutable and by being open to conversations about arguments. You guys can become friends with quote unquote your enemies. And I don't mean like frenemies. I just mean like clearing the air about miscommunications. Also, this has the potential to be marrying the enemy, because Jupiter's the husband. So you guys have to be careful if you guys begin dating at this time frame. What else? Yeah, that's really it. Same day, Mercury in retrograde in Virgo is entering Leo in your 10th house. I got so thrown off for a second because I was looking over here, but it's going back. So what do I think this means? You guys will want to be communicating. Again, you guys will want to be expressing things about the past. You guys may want to communicate about things you have expressed about in the past. It could be about action you've taken, or moves you've made in regards to your career, and making your dream come true. You may want to express this verbally. If it's not about your career, then I would say you guys want to verbalize like your thoughts when it comes to your internal world and how you, I want to say, feel about other people when it connects to like romance. The reason I'm getting this is because Jupiter is the original ruler of Pisces, so it still holds true, and it's in your 8th house, so this is connecting to your 5th house energy. And 5th house talks about romance. It talks about children, childlike expression, but also being creative, being artsy. So I think there's just something you guys want to express publicly, and it may be an old idea. I do think for some of you it's going to be about relationships, like I said, because Mercury rules Virgo and Gemini, and what's going on in Virgo is Venus. Venus is there. You guys also may want to change up what you're doing for a living, change how you're seen, and be seen as more of like a creative individual. You may want to literally be seen when it comes to your career. You guys may want to be seen for all the hard work you do. You may want to communicate this either at work, or if it's not about work and money, then I think it's like you want to communicate all your hard efforts when it comes to relationships, because Mars is the ruler of Aries, and you guys have Mars in your 8th house right now in Gemini. So why did I bring that up again? I saw something here. Hold on. My mind is going like so fast right now. So Mercury is the ruler of Virgo, and right now Venus is there, right? So your mind will be on relationships for some of you. And since Mercury also rules Gemini, I feel like it would connect back to your 5th house, but also your 6th house. How do you guys take care of yourself? Where do you guys want to take action? What would heal you guys when it comes to confidence and having it every single day? Somehow it connects back to like expressing how you feel to your group of people, but also expressing how you feel to another person. Because 8th house is the house of intimacy. And you guys do have something going on like in private, in secret, that you're really not verbalizing to too many people or to people. Could be a private relationship too, with Juno being in Libra. I feel like knowing Sun, Moon, Rising Scorpios, with Venus being in Virgo in the 11th house, I feel like it would be a smart energy, and like crossing your T's, dotting your I's with anybody you guys are interested in committing to, because this person could feel like home to you, and then that could change you guys. And I think also you guys would be doing that typical Scorpio thing you guys do, which is like a Scorpio test, like testing people that you're interested in, because you need to really make sure. And literally, that was the end of my sentence. Like, you need to really make sure. So you'll do shit in private, I feel like, to make sure, like, they make all your requirements. But this is where you're asked to be more open-minded and meet people halfway and compromise with some of these things. Okay. Mercury, I already said that. August 15th, Mars in Gemini in your 8th house is squaring Saturn and Pisces in your 5th house. So there's some type of friction. There's like a hold up in time when it comes to literally taking action. And it has to do with like your self-confidence that I feel like stops you guys. There could be some type of argument around either commitment or like boundaries. There could be like, things could be moving too fast for you, and then it's like off-putting, so you stop altogether. Like that's the energy it's giving me. And again, it would have to do with South Node in Libra in the 12th house. It would have to do with relationships connected to the past for you. Mars is looked at as the child in astrology. And Saturn is looked at as the father. So I think of this as like the father stopping the child from acting on passion. So you guys also may want to say some things, some feisty things, because when Mars is in Gemini, let alone the 8th house, this is very, if not psychic energy, then it's just intuitive energy with connecting with other people's minds. And Jupiter's expanding upon that, like learning more about other people. So I do think that, Kylo, chill. I do think that Saturn will be stopping you guys from either like verbally and like assaulting, I want to say, because Mars and Gemini can be cutthroat energy with its words. And it's like it would go very deep in the 8th house, which traditionally belongs to you guys. Like you guys would say some shit, like some really mean things. And it would be in a public house nonetheless. So I feel like you're being stopped. Like something happens and it's either you guys holding yourselves back because of Jupiter, because of wisdom, knowledge. And this would be based on intuitive hits, by the way, because Jupiter in the 8th house is very psychic or like just intuitive, like getting messages from spirit, whether you're consciously aware of it or not. So it's like you would stop yourself. You would think twice because Mercury's in retrograde. Do you want to be seen, Leo, for this type of behavior? That's what I get. There's some type of duality happening here. So yeah, there would be some type of stop when it comes to taking action. And it connects back to that Chiron, because Chiron's in Aries in retrograde and Mars is the ruler of Aries. What else? August 18th, Mercury in Leo in your 10th house in retrograde is squaring Uranus in Taurus in your 7th house. To me, this is an argument. This is something disruptive randomly happening when it comes to communicating. It's like when you're trying to get through to something or someone, and it's like, it's just, the words aren't coming out cohesively or clearly or the way you intended to. So it's like once the energy gets out, it doesn't go out like straight. It just goes all over the place. So that sounds terrible. Anyway, so Uranus can be looked at as intuition, messages from spirit. And it's almost as if like these messages cannot be directed down into your mind, like your head from, you know, whatever it is you guys believe in, source, universe, spirit. It's almost as if there's like this shield around your head, I feel like. And it may have to do with what you believe, like your thought and your beliefs around or your thoughts around yourself when it comes to like what home feels like in relationships. Because again, you guys have Aquarius in your 4th house and Uranus is the ruler of your 4th house. So there's some type of belief system, because Cancer traditionally belongs to that 4th house. So the way you guys were raised, your emotions, is connected to your belief system. Now, whatever this is, I don't know, but it's dogmatic, especially more so because you guys have Jupiter in the 8th house. You guys are very much like doing that Scorpio thing where you're holding on to it, and the universe is asking you, while Jupiter's in Gemini, to be more mutable, be more open-minded, and to learn new ideas and new ways to go about things, new beliefs, and to let go. Because again, when Jupiter and Mars are in Gemini, despite the fact it's in the 8th house, which is your traditional home, and your home is hard to let go, right? But when it's in Gemini, you're definitely being asked to let go and move on. Like move on from this belief, move on from a fight. Like you're asked to let go of something that didn't work out the way you believe it should have. So I do believe that there would be possibly miscommunication, or your thoughts would not be clear when it comes to how relationships should be. Okay, again, Venus, the ruler of Taurus, but also traditionally Libra, which rules the 7th house. It's like you would be very analytical and judgmental at this time about your partners. So yeah, there's that. Then we have that same day, Sun in Leo in your 10th house conjunct Mercury in retrograde in Leo. So it's like no matter what goes on in your life, whether it's negative or just like you're having a, you know, a bumpy time, when you have the Sun vibing with Mercury, to me, this is like a happy energy. Like your thoughts will go back to being confident, and you will like be like reassuring yourself that you're good. You know, life is good, you're alive, you're breathing, you can achieve this, you can achieve that. And you may be thinking back to past times when you have achieved, you know, whatever it is in your life that made you feel really good. Because the Sun is happiness, it's confidence, and it's light. And it's connected to your mind at this time and communication. So you guys may be talking about yourselves and your accomplishments. These would be past accomplishments. You guys may also be talking about like childhood memories. You guys may be expressing yourself in a childlike way, maybe a way you used to express yourself. But regardless, it would be going back to an old idea that maybe left you guys. And it's like you're kind of like returning back to this idea. And I feel like it does connect to romance, or being creative, or like how to make money in a creative way, how to make money and be seen for this. There's definitely status involved here. Okay. So that same day, August 18th, Venus is in Virgo in your 11th. Oh, whoa. Sorry, guys. Venus is in Virgo in your 11th house, and it's squaring Jupiter in Gemini in your 8th house. So you guys are going too big with something. There's something about like boundaries and restrictions being broken around this time. Because even though a square creates friction and a block and a holdup, Jupiter, you know, picture Sagittarius energy. They don't care. They don't listen to the rules. If you tell them no, they're going to go do it. That's the same thing with Jupiter. So it's like Jupiter internally feels like on an intuitive level, that they're being blocked when it comes to their group of friends, or love, or getting something picture perfect that they want when it comes to love. And they just want to keep it going. It's like, it's pretty much like over-promising something. Hold on one second. Wait, now I feel like I'm getting sex. Hold on. So I think also with this square with Jupiter and Venus, you guys are really going to be in your mind about your 12th house and your 7th house. So the things that kind of have left before, things that you guys have like not been able to put together when it comes to relationships and like, you know, quote unquote, getting them right, or why haven't you found the right partner? It's like you would have this, I feel like, epiphany or moment and realize, you know, what needs to change. I feel like I think there would be like this, I don't know, I feel like there would be this, like the beginning to an Ace of Swords moment by going too big with something. It's like you guys would be overthinking this to the point where it creates like 8 of Swords energy in tarot, which is kind of like conflicts that may not really be there. So you guys may feel like things need fixing, but do they really need fixing? You may come to that conclusion at some point. That same day, is it that same day? No, the next day, Jupiter in your 8th house in Gemini is then squaring Saturn in Pisces in your 5th house. So yeah, there's definitely, again, going to be like a boundary crossed. You may not be holding yourself back with other people. You may be, I feel like, if it's not, wait, what is it again? It's Jupiter and Saturn. Yeah, it's definitely like not listening to the rules. It's like you guys want to express yourselves freely when it comes to whatever has been going on in your mind. Because again, the ruler of Gemini is Mercury, and it's in Leo. So it's like you want to get something off your chest. You want to get something out so you can get out of this 8 of Swords moment, like this 8 of Swords energy. And it consists by, like, it can happen by breaking the rules is what I get, because Saturn rules Capricorn, right? And you guys have this in your 3rd house of communication. So it's like you're supposed to, quote unquote, be disciplined with the way you guys speak, right? But during this transit, I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening because you want to express the things that you value. So for some of you, it may be about money, because Sagittarius is in your 2nd house and Jupiter rules your 2nd house, right? So yeah, there's something here about possibly resources, like sharing money with others, having to share money with others. During this time, and I'm just getting something about going too big when it comes to 5th house activity. So if you guys don't express yourselves often enough, then it's like this square would create the friction or conflict with oversharing, overdoing it. Because it's like you're just trying to get energy out is what I'm picking up on. All right. Then we have that same day, Venus and Virgo in your, what house? Oh, 11th house. And it's in opposition to Saturn and Pisces in your 5th house. So this is energy that speaks of compromising, because oppositions work well when they come together. So you have to compromise. You have to meet somebody or people halfway. And I feel like this is going to be talking about your dreams. You're going to be compromising on the dream when it comes to the people you're interested in dating, or people you are dating or romanticizing about, okay? The reason I'm saying this is there's something here you guys want to be committed to when it comes to romance. There's something here you guys want boundaries to be in place. So you guys want rules when it comes to 5th house activity. You guys want to fix things that you see need to be fixed. But I feel like because we're working with Pisces energy, you may not be seeing all the beautiful things about the things that you believe are flaws. I said that weird. Anyway, I think you guys can catch on to this. But regardless, when Venus is opposing Saturn, this is an energy that can work together. It's talking about a long-term investment and seeing something worth of value. It's like, okay, there's something worth investing into here, so I'll give in. So this requires you guys giving up on the idea that you have of 5th house activities, which would be way too dreamlike. It's not realistic, okay? Pisces energy, at the end of the day, it's good with other people, right? And the same applies for Pisces placements, but it's not too good with its own life. And yeah, no, I'll leave that there. Okay. Okay, so August 19th. This is why we go to Pisces, by the way, for advice, because they make us feel good, right? It's the same thing with Virgo energy. It's like, just do as they say, but don't do as they do. There's something to that shit, I'm telling you. All right, August 19th, that same day, full moon in Aquarius in your fourth house. So something's being illuminated when it comes to the place of home. And it connects to the 7th house because, again, Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, and this is connected to your 7th house, committed relationships, partnerships. With a full moon, I don't see this being as like something being fully illuminated. And I think it really depends on whatever's going on in your personal natal chart. If this does manifest for you, it doesn't for me. And I think it makes sense because the full moon, you're not really seeing the moon. You're seeing the reflection of the light. So something is being partially illuminated for you during this time. And it involves, I feel like something about yourselves at home and things changing. Maybe whatever it is you guys are considering committing to, whether it's a business partner, a serious relationship, it would change home for you. There is some type of commitment in your life which takes away the things you guys know, okay? This is also what's going on with you because Taurus traditionally rules that 2nd house, which is your wallet, the things you own, what you value. But you guys have Sagittarius here, and Jupiter's the ruler of Sagittarius, and this is in your internal world. It's like Spirit wants you to be more open-minded during this time and learn about the things that maybe truly resonate with you or things that will resonate with you. But you have to, take action and be motivated to give new things a try. That is Aries energy all the way. So you guys are asked to heal something in regards to yourselves. Because 6th house energy is the house of healing. And there's something very healing going on when you guys take action and you're confident and you're brave. And you do something, it's not necessarily pioneering type of energy, but it is definitely taking the lead with something in your life. And whatever this is, it would heal whatever wounds you have about yourselves when it comes to lack in confidence, which then creates a lack in action. So yeah, this is what's transforming right now for you guys at this time. What else could be illuminated? Because it's the 4th house, it's home. Your emotions when it comes to change, because when I think of Pluto, this is a constant death rebirth process in order to get you to move, to shift you, to change you. Otherwise, you guys dip into that Taurus energy and you want to be comfy and nothing ever changes in your life when you're comfortable, right? That's the whole point to Scorpio energy, by the way. It's the whole reason why you guys have a tougher time compared to other people's lives, if you've ever caught on to that. Like, yeah, I definitely agree. You guys have a rougher time out there. So, what else? I think you guys will be stepping into your power, like feeling more in control of your emotions and your feelings. Because also what I think of when Aquarius is in the 4th house, besides being weird at home, for sure, and only those closest to you get to see this side, it's also like your emotions being like unstable. And I'm sure like you know what I mean by this, and just letting you guys know, full disclaimer, I'm technically a rising Libra, but I have mainly Scorpio in my 1st house. So it's like this energy totally resonates with me on some type of level as well. So I do think that you guys would be stepping into your power by controlling your emotions. There's definitely some type of strategy going on here with how you guys are holding on to your emotions, and what brings you to feel emotional and how to express these emotions more clearly. And the reason for this again is because Jupiter is expanding your mind internally. Oh no, the iPad died. Ah, shit. Okay, so also another way I feel like looking at this full moon in Aquarius, how this may manifest for you guys, expressing your emotions on the internet, like something being illuminated on the internet. So it's either you guys or other people that will be expressing themselves. I feel like it's you guys, and the reason I think this is because with Mercury being in Leo in your 10th house, this is a house where it's a very public house. People are seeing you. And during this time frame, you're feeling confident in your words. You're feeling confident in your ideas, and you want to communicate something publicly. You want to be seen. And I feel like it connects to either something being creative or romance. You guys may be creative when it comes to how you guys communicate, because Mercury, I think of being a salesman. So I think of advertising tactics. So you guys may be coming into your power when it comes to relationships. It could be a friend that is a relationship, like somebody you're dating, or you can learn about a friend having feelings for you guys during this time. But yeah, with Mercury being in that 10th house, there's something publicly you want to talk about and express, because Leo energy is very passionate. So yeah, and I feel like because Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, it would connect back to the things you guys value when it comes to relationships and having some type of intuitive moment, I want to say. Possibly a shakeup in your mind and your thoughts, and something changing. Something connected to Cancer, 9th house energy, because this technically Cancer energy traditionally belongs to the 4th house. So it's like your belief system on how either a relationship should be based off of home is changing during this time, and it's being illuminated in front of you. August 19th, that same day, Sun in Leo in your 10th house is squaring Uranus in Taurus in your 7th house. So again, the way you guys may communicate this, or the way somebody else may communicate this to you guys, may not be clear because Mercury's in retrograde. Something it may get lost, I feel like, because Saturn traditionally rules the 10th house for you guys. So there's already some type of internal block when it comes to wanting to express yourself. So therefore, it's like you have this chance, because you're having some type of confidence during this time to express your feelings about something or show off something. But it's like either other people or yourself don't quite understand it, and it may cause, like, I think of loud energy with the Sun and Uranus talking to each other, especially with a square, because you're talking about Leo energy with the Sun, because it rules Leo, and it's literally Leo. It's literally in Leo, and then Uranus traditionally rules Aquarius, right? So there's like a shakeup or a block with expressing your feelings about your relationship, or like there's some type of block when it comes to misunderstanding self-expression about a relationship. It's like putting yourself out there publicly, and then something backfires, okay? Something doesn't go as planned is what I want to say. I also think of Uranus as freedom, like being freedom oriented. So you guys may try to rebel and express something that maybe most people would not agree with. So if you guys are expressing your feelings or emotions publicly, people may not vibe with that. They may want you, again, disciplined, because you guys have your 3rd house in Capricorn. You may usually be communicating in a very like disciplined type of way, but you're trying to heal your throat chakra, I feel like, at this time. There's something happening here. So August 22nd, the Sun enters Virgo. So Sun is leaving Leo in your 10th house, and it enters your 11th house. So I feel like how this may manifest in your life is you guys shining when it comes to your group of friends, being very popular with people during this time, whether it's social networking or whether it's, shining when it comes to the internet. Like how you guys express, I want to say yourselves on the internet, but your Virgo energy. So yeah, I just feel like I'm getting something about your emotions and articulating this in a way that people are now vibing with. So there was definitely something about your expression. Maybe it came off cocky, or maybe it just didn't come out the way you intended it to. And it creates some type of friction. And then once the sun goes into Virgo, it's almost like seeing something more clearly when it comes to how to communicate what it is you mean, because Mercury rules Virgo. And yeah, I feel like with the sun being in Virgo, there's confidence here. There's confidence in your abilities at work. There's confidence in yourself as a friend. There's confidence in yourself when it comes to, social networking and being online, because the 11th house is the internet. And I feel like it would be very healing for you, because Virgo traditionally rules that 6th house, but you guys have this in Aries. And right now the North Node is there, and so is Chiron. So you guys are working on some type of wound, like I've already said. And I feel like there's a light shining on this, possibly publicly now, because of something you've expressed. It may create some type of internal conflict for you guys, because Mars is the ruler of Aries and it's in your 8th house. Like, I legit always say this, because I have this traditionally, Mars in Gemini and Jupiter in Gemini in the 8th house. Like, no matter what type of conflicts arise, you are literally your own worst enemy, because Mars in Gemini is cutthroat energy. It's like literally saying the most meanest shit and going really deep with it, because this 8th house traditionally belongs to you guys, right? So it's like you're seeing people's shadow and being able to speak upon that, right? But when it's in your 8th house, it's also talking about your internal world as well. So it's like you guys during this time can be very mean to yourselves. So that's also why I feel like it's advised for you guys to meditate during this time, to clear your head, clear your mind, because you're going to be very judgmental about yourself. Mercury being in retrograde in Leo, like, yeah, you're going to be super confident, but you're also going to be going back to times like past. I feel like the past, when it comes to not only like the things you've succeeded in order to give you confidence, but it's like, what is bringing you to that place to begin with? I feel like there's some internal conflict with this energy. And at the end of the day, you guys do have the power, because of Jupiter being here, to like conquer the negativity within your own minds. And I don't want anybody taking me literal here. And I'm almost like, I almost don't want to bring him up, but I'm going to bring him up, because I want you to understand how far this energy goes. Jupiter in Gemini. Actually, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. But Jupiter in Gemini is literally having, like, think of Sagittariuses. Think of the shit they do, and yet they still walk around like nothing ever happened. Like, they didn't just break all the rules. Like, they didn't just, do whatever the fuck they wanted. And like, they really do give that energy of they don't give a fuck. Now, is that 100% true? Yes and no. But my point is that there's confidence here. So you have an opportunity to literally talk words, into like, oh wow, I can't think of the word right now, but you can literally create magic with your words about your thoughts about yourself, especially more so because Mercury rules Gemini as well. So yeah, I think you guys will definitely be hurting yourselves, Chiron, Aries, like creating your own wounds. But you're also being called to literally heal yourself at the same time. Create some type of healing regimen to heal the mind. For some of you, it's going to be healing the body. And then for others, it's going to be heal how you guys take action, which connects back to procrastinating or not taking action because of fear. And then for others, it's going to be about taking action with work and being driven to, lead. Because when you have Aries in the 6th house, I feel like you're meant to be a boss, or because, you know, you guys are sun, moon, rising Scorpios, it would be something creative, but still being your own boss, like being an entrepreneur, because you have the 5th house in Pisces, which is very artistic and dreamy like. And the fact that the 10th house is in Leo, it's just got, and Sagittarius in your 2nd house, like I feel like you guys definitely are not meant to work for people, and you're very strongly connected to money in general. So yeah, I do think there's a calling there. And so everything I just said, I feel like that's what the sun is truly going to be like highlighting for you. And the reason all of that is interconnected is because Mercury rules Virgo, and the sun will be in a mercurial sign, which is Virgo. So there is like, it's like your higher self is telling you guys, is trying to teach you during this time. And I look at this almost as like a sun in Aquarius energy. So when I think of sun in Aquarius, it is an extremely bright energy. It is very, very, I mean, just think of Aquariuses in general. I don't know one stupid Aquarius. I'm like, I'm not kidding. Like I don't know one dumb Aquarius. I know Aquariuses who are ballsy because of other placements going on in their chart, but they're not stupid by any means. I'll tell you that right now. So I think yeah, I do think you guys will just be shining when it comes to people wanting to, like, people feeling like magnetized by you and wanting and feeling drawn to you, and definitely being visible on the internet and at work. You guys will also, again, there will be this emphasis to try to fix things that you guys feel are broken or could be better. So that same day, Venus in Virgo in your 11th house is squaring Mars in Gemini in your 8th house. You know, another way of looking at this Venus being in your 11th house, I feel like this is taking, like, having pleasure with group-oriented things. Like really enjoying your friends, okay? Despite the fact it's in Virgo, it's like, okay, you may like to help your friends. You may like to fix things with your friends, like their situations. They may like to open up with you. They may have a little bit of difficulty with this because you would come off as Virgo energy, like pointing out what's wrong. And most people already know what's wrong. More than half the time, we already know what's wrong, right? So when Venus in Virgo is squaring Mars in Gemini, there's a conflict with the opposite sex because Venus rules woman and Mars rules men. And with a square, there's conflict, there's friction, there's a block, there's a holdup. So it's either, it's like there's a block with taking action, being driven to do something. It could have to do with literal work because these are two mutable signs that are ruled by Virgo. I'm talking about Gemini and Virgo energy. It's like either making money gets blocked, maybe through conflict, maybe fighting with other people that you make your money through. Like if there's any type of investment that you guys have going on with other people, there would be a holdup in regards to taking action. Or this could literally be a fight with your group of friends. I could see this playing out as well. Like, because the 8th house can be looked at as what's going on behind your back. And with the 6th house in general, this talks about open enemies. So usually like what this is talking about is like people at work being nice to you and really like they're talking a lot of shit and they're trying to get you fired, or they're since you guys have it in Aries, they would be competing with you. They would dislike you secretly because they see you as competition. Whether they're consciously aware of it or not, it doesn't really matter, because that's what is going on here. And this could be one way this manifests for you guys. Since Venus is in Virgo, I do think this may be talking about your money at work, and having an argument maybe with, you know, maybe an argument with somebody, with, you know, the opposite sex at work, finding out about people like talking about you, and you like going public about, like, you can, like, a confrontation is what I think of. It's a very mouthy type of energy, I'll tell you that much. It's definitely fighting. I think for some of you, this is going to be talking about fighting with somebody you're sleeping with at work, or somebody you guys are secretly sleeping with. So for some of you, if you're sleeping with one of your friends, I feel like there would be some type of like disruption with this. Either you guys get caught, because Mercury rules both of these signs, and it's in a public house. So I think something may go public with something you've been trying to keep private. And I feel like this would connect to Chiron, some type of wound that you guys are trying to work on when it comes to being confident. It could have to do with like trying to keep romance private in general, because when I think of Leo energy, it's connected to romance. And you guys have it in a public house. Yeah, there's something to that. Okay, let's move on. August 23rd, Mercury in Leo in retrograde in your 10th house is sextiling Mars in Gemini in your 8th house. So I feel like this is like, whatever this argument is, if it's an argument, it's definitely some type of uncomfortable energy. It could be uncomfortable energy with your groups of friends. Because of, I feel like because of secrets, honestly, with the 8th house, it's got your energy written all over it, Scorpio energy. And it's not that it's necessarily secrets, it's more about like, well, it can be depending where you guys are at in your soul's evolution, but it's either privacy or being secretive. It's one or the other. And I feel like it's going to be seen, it's going to be brought to the surface, right? So when that happens, it's like the next day there's a conversation that can potentially happen to like fix whatever went wrong. The reason I say potentially is because it's a sextile. A sextile requires putting energy into this in order for something to happen. So if you guys do take action with this, this is speaking about you guys communicating and expressing yourselves. I do believe that there would still be like difficulty. You wouldn't be able to fully express yourselves without there being some type of restriction or boundary. And that's because Saturn's in the 5th house right now, and Saturn traditionally rules the 10th house, but you guys have it in Leo. And right now Ceres is in retrograde in Capricorn, which speaks of healing energy when it comes to communication. And you know, Capricorn energy, just the 10th house in general, it doesn't matter what zodiac sign you guys have there. It's like, it's trying to hold you back in a way when it comes to how you're seen publicly. So it really wants you well disciplined, and to basically not, in my opinion, it's like not acting who you really are. It's definitely a part of who you guys are, but it's like you feel limited with how much you can express yourself publicly. And I think it's all intentional, because if you show too much of yourself publicly, people will take advantage of that, right? And also you guys should be able to keep things to yourself. So with Mars being in the 8th house, this, and in Gemini, it's deep conversations, and it's a very, it's just a communicative energy with Mars and Gemini. It's being mutable and open to healing an argument is how I want to put it, okay? So, yeah, there's that, and no, that's that. So yeah, August 24th, Vesta enters Virgo. So Vesta is that flame. Sorry, that flame that just never dies. It's something you feel very passionate about, and it's going to be in Virgo. So you guys will definitely be passionate about your group of friends, but also be trying to fix things. It's either like fix things on the internet, fix how you're seen on the internet, fix how you express your passion when it comes to either work or love. The things you guys, I feel like you guys may express something in August publicly and you regret it because it doesn't go as planned. And now it's like you're trying to like do a redo while Mercury's in retrograde. It's like you're trying to take it back, and now it's like you're trying to get away from how you really felt, and now you're trying to come off as like more, I don't want to say classy because it has nothing to do with that, but Virgo energy knows how to act publicly. Leo energy, I'm not saying it doesn't, but it's looked at as the 5th house, which is just childlike expression and just doing whatever it wants to do without thinking twice about being judged, okay? And Virgo energy can be very judgy. So I think you guys will be judging yourselves. You guys will be judging people you may be dating or having some type of intimate relationship with. Again, you're going to be passionate about fixing things, fixing your reputation, fixing how you're seen, fixing fixing things at work too. August 26th, Ceres goes direct in Capricorn. So how you guys communicate, there's going to be something healed here through whatever it is that goes on during August. It's like all those like mishaps, something like this connects to how you're going to heal, how you verbalize, how you speak. For some of you, it's going to be at work, or how you speak, and like your restriction, like having restrictions and boundaries about your, for those of you that are in a relationship or dating, it's like you guys may be too vocal about this, and then you're going to go private. I feel like you're going to be more, you're going to watch your words, because I feel like with that Mercury sextiling Mars, you took some type of initiative, or somebody else took some type of initiative to heal something when it comes to you being able to express something. So it's like you no longer need to, I want to say this in the best way, because I feel like it'll be misunderstood. So you got to apply common sense when I say this. So sometimes when we have a lot of things going on in the 5th house or just in Leo energy, there can be a neediness, and it stems back to childhood, depending on, did you guys get the attention you needed, like on a soul level? Did, like, you guys could have gotten, and obviously at the end of the day, I think we got the attention that we asked for before reincarnating and coming back into this life. I think we literally asked for it. No matter like how hurtful and painful, you know, that may have caused like a ripple effect in our life. I do. And obviously, again, apply common sense. I'm not going to go too deep with that in regards to what we may have experienced as a child with other situations. But what I am trying to say is that you guys may have been too public in hopes to get like, to get the attention you're looking for, okay? I don't think that's everybody's story, but I think it's going to be some of your stories out there. And so yeah, I think for some of you, it's like there's going to be this moment where you learn how to express yourselves and being okay and confident with talking about the things you feel good about in life, and feeling okay to express this publicly, as well as your group of friends, and not feeling any shame. And then for some of you, I think you're going to overdo it and you're going to learn how to like restrain yourself and your voice, because you may have gone too far and given out too much private information. Jupiter energy, you may have gone too far about the things you guys value, and, you know, randomly spoke on the internet about, you know, your relationship that you're in, or maybe some type of business partnership that's like unfolding right now behind the scenes. Okay, so August 27th, Venus in Virgo in your 11th house is trining Uranus in Taurus in your 7th house. So what do I think this means? Trines are blessings. This is easy energy. It's something either being given to you or just something that comes naturally to you, okay? So since it's talking to Venus and Uranus, I think of something randomly happening when it comes to work and your wallet. Like maybe there's a bump in pay. Maybe you get this paycheck that you've been waiting on, or a paycheck comes out of nowhere. Maybe you guys find out about a new job, or somebody wants to invest in you guys and there's a new business partnerships. I think of this as electricity, but like in a positive way. Like there is a random spark, and it's in the best way possible because it's talking to your 7th house, your house of commitments, legal contracts, relationships, serious relationships, and then it's also talking to your 11th house, which talks about social networking, how you're seen publicly. That's another thing too. Excuse me. You guys, like, your values may change at this time, and it just may come very easily to you, like getting downloads or insight from spirit intuitively about your relationship, and knowing that like you can't and you shouldn't try to fix everything that bothers you, because then you'll never be happy. So I think there's something to that as well, because again, Virgo energy likes to fix things. Yeah. So August 28th, Mercury goes direct in Leo. So it's no longer retrograde. So whatever you guys are trying to work at this time, whatever you're trying to manifest, I think you guys can like begin doing this or begin seeing results around this time frame towards the end of August. It's like you'll be present during this time. You won't be trying to fix the past. So it's like your mind will be so fixated on trying to like redo something and get it right, whether it's a relationship or work or your status. It's like once Mercury goes direct in Leo, I feel like this is also like wanting to just express yourselves and communicate and literally talk about yourself. And it would involve your accomplishments. I do think for some of you it may manifest with like talking about work and having to travel for work. I definitely think that because the sun rules Leo and it's going to be in your 11th house, but you guys have your 11th house in Virgo, which screams 6th house energy, which is like work, literally. So I do think, sorry for the background noise. I do think there is a chance you guys may be expressing yourself with groups of people at this time. So, yeah, I do still see like this is a very visible energy. It's not the sun, yeah, it's not Venus, but Mercury's here. So you're still expressing yourself in some kind of way. Could be at work, or like I said, it could be while you're having fun with your friends, but you're definitely visible. You could be talking about serious things, like literally, like adulting at this time, like growing up. I think of that as well. So Venus leaves Virgo and it enters Libra. So it's entering your 12th house. I kind of sort of don't like this energy. I like it in the sense that Venus is at home in Libra. I like it in the sense that because traditionally Pisces belongs to the 12th house, and when Venus is in Pisces, it's a very healing, spiritual energy. Usually these are the healers. It's got healer energy written all over it. So it's like you would be healing your relationships during this time by really stepping into like this, I want to say, harmonious energy, like having nice thoughts during this time And your thoughts wouldn't be so much about like trying to fix things. It's more about like meeting people halfway and compromising. Since you do have the South Node in your 12th house, this also talks about seclusion and being spiritual and going within. So I think because of past experiences about relationships being on your mind and having these like Uranus moments, tower-like moments involving serious committed relationships, you're thinking about this because you have Juno in your 12th house and now Venus is there. So you guys will definitely be thinking about committed relationships. And Pisces is the ruler of the 12th house traditionally. And you guys have this in your 5th house, which speaks of being creative, but also romance, right? But you have Saturn here and you also have Neptune in retrograde. So you guys are feeling something on a very deeply intuitive level, something you may not be able to see results just yet, but something that's worth investing into because you know you'll see something, you'll reap the benefits of it at some point in the future. So Jupiter is the original ruler of Pisces, and this is in your 8th house. Again, another intuitive, able to feel the future type of energy, but also connected with the past. That's what I feel with these energies, especially Pisces. So you guys will be healing, I feel like, your mind during this time when it comes to your thoughts about relationships and becoming more, if not spiritual, it's just more like accepting people for as they are. And you may not know exactly what to expect, but you know that you can trust your intuition and how you feel. And you're going, you're following spirit. You're following the guide that you feel is like in your head telling you where to go. With Jupiter, I feel like that's an energy that's telling you, go here, this is lucky. That's what Sagittarius energy always does. Like they're usually in the right spot at the right time, for the most part anyway. So, and the thing is, whether they're consciously aware of it or not, they're following where they feel there is luck, okay? So if it's people, it's like they're connecting to people that they can benefit from. And I don't mean that like in a mean way, like, oh, they can benefit from this person. No, there's something positive going on with this person. So let me stay here. Let me see what this is about. And you guys have this in your internal world, but also behind your back, funny enough, like what's going on behind your back. I do think there's something that you guys value when it comes to Sagittarius energy, when it comes to like intimacy, but also like your internal world. Being able to learn about what it is you guys value privately, and then like I want to say seeing it kind of unfold in front of you, like whatever your belief system is, whatever it is you're hoping for that maybe you don't share publicly, but it's something you value. I feel like you would intuitively try to follow this energy because there's something positive here that you can feel, whether you're seeing it or not. And I feel like this is connecting to like this 12th house energy, willing to go the distance despite feeling uncomfortable with change. I hope all that made sense. Okay. Also, again, I felt like there was something happening that was going on in secret, and it's happening again with Venus in the 12th house. There's definitely some type of secretive relationship going on, or you guys are somebody's secret, or somebody's your secret. Wait, did I say that the same way? Either just, I feel like with Venus in the 12th house, this screams like a secret hidden affair. But I'm not seeing anything bad connected to it. And the reason is Libra traditionally rules the 7th house. You guys have this in Taurus, which talks about investment, stability. This is what you guys long for with 7th house energy. But you have a shakeup here. This is what you guys have been feeling, right? Uranus energy. But Uranus rules Aquarius, your 4th house. So I do think that that would be the shakeup, is having Venus in the 12th house type of energy. I mean, you guys do have the ruler at home here. So, but I feel like this is more the mental plane with your thoughts about the give and take energy. And I feel like you guys are not able to really see something clearly when it comes to this. This is also part of a karmic lesson you guys are experiencing with the South Node. And I actually do notice that with you guys. I feel like with Scorpio energy, because you guys are traditionally ruled by this 8th house, this is like, and it depends what you guys have going on or don't have going on in the 8th house, but I always think of this as getting resources through other people. And now, if that's like not your storyline, I feel like there's some type of resources that you guys are able to get despite, you know, a harder life than other people. It's almost as if like that's the gift that's given to you guys with all the bullshit that goes along with it. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. I may not be articulating it 100%, but it's like resources would be readily available to you guys in some type of area in your life that you guys can like use, and it's given to you. So what was my point to this? Oh, when we have things going on in our 12th house, including Libra energy, we may feel like we are extremely giving because we have a lot of harmony going on in our minds. We're constantly thinking about other people. We're constantly thinking of relationships. But at the same time, we may not be going as hard as we think we are. Again, it depends what you guys have going on there in your 12th house. But there's something I feel like you guys may not be consciously aware of that you're supposed to heal and transform during this time and take action on. So yeah, there's something to this. So Juno energy, soulmate energy, it's in your 12th house. Something is definitely escaping you guys. And I'm not just talking about escapism. I mean like there's something you guys are supposed to get in touch with consciously that you guys may have difficulty with. And it does connect to past relationships. Yes, you guys are being asked by the universe to focus on yourselves and heal yourselves, especially because of past relationships that have like hurt you guys mentally, or at least this is what you guys feel. But while Mars, the ruler of Aries, is in your 8th house, literally like traditionally your home, there's something about letting go, right? I said this before. Gemini energy is super fast. Mars energy is fast. And Jupiter energy, yeah, I would say that's fast too with Sagittarius, is hell yeah. So when these two planets are in your house, but let's just talk about Mars for a second. It's like arguments from the past that may involve relationships, disputes, whatever it was. It could have been your loyalty or other people's loyalty, whatever was going on behind your back, because I think of 12th house secrets again. And Mars in the 8th house is definitely people talking shit behind your back and like really like being your quote unquote enemy during this time. And it would connect with people you know that are close to you. So you're asked to just like let it go and move on. That's also part of the karma with having Mars in the 8th house, because it's your original ruler. So it's at home here. So it can easily hang on to things that have like pissed you guys off, or where you feel like people have crossed you. But when you have 8th house energy in Gemini, you are literally being called upon to like let it go. Like, you got to move on, move. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Let's go, 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 go. You got to keep an open mind here. So, with Venus being heavily on your mind when it comes to relationships and commitment, and for some of you, this is going to be business partnerships. It's going to be about money. It's going to be about meeting somebody overseas, meeting somebody while traveling, traveling with somebody you love. Again, this is going to play out differently for different sun, moon, rising Scorpios, but it's or spending money in far distance places, a place for work, because of work, yeah, but there's that focus, and focusing more so on what can you do to make this lasting. And it would be Uranus in the 7th house, like a shakeup for you, because it goes against, again, your Cancer and your 9th house energy. Your emotions are attached to your belief system. And it's like time to let it go. This is why Jupiter is here. What do you guys really value? I think it's time to let go of what it is that's been holding you back, and to transform this. And this is what helps you guys step into your power in the 4th house, at home. Yeah. All right, August 29th, Venus in Libra in the 12th house is trining Pluto in Aquarius in the 4th house. What'd I say? Every time I do this video, I keep forgetting about the transits. I keep acting like it's brand new information, but it really feels like it. So Venus trining Pluto, this is, it's, I don't feel like this would be obsessive energy, power trip type of energy. I don't get that at all, because a trine is easy energy. It's a blessing. I don't even see this as like easily manipulating other people, or being easily manipulated. Like, I really in my heart of hearts, I don't see that with these two placements, or how they're talking to each other. I just don't. With Venus in Libra trining Pluto in Aquarius, I see this as thinking of other people, thinking and opening your mind up to like balancing something in your life when it talks about this topic. Stepping into your power, which involves like other people besides yourself. Okay. So, and then for those of you, it's also going to be talking about stepping into your power, literally loving yourself. I think of that as well, like self-love, self-care, and, you know, telling yourself you're this, telling yourself you're that, and like believing it. Balancing yourself out mentally. I think of that as well. Being your own soulmate during this time. Really like motivating yourself, because something's getting lost when Venus is in your 12th house. I do believe that. It's like, it's positive, but it can also be, So when it's trining Pluto, I think of this as an extremely powerful energy. Something is manifesting during this time. And I feel like it's magic, because traditionally this is Pisces energy and this is Cancer energy. So we have like two water houses coming together. I think of like transforming your mind, your thoughts, but also your heart in order to be like more powerful in relationships, because something's changing internally. So yeah, is there anything else I want to say? I do not think so. No, I do not think so. All right. I just froze. I was like, wait, what am I going to say? I think I have to go to bed. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.